Hi guys, Stephen Palmer here, Michael Campbell Golf Academy. I want to talk to you about something that allows players like Jack Nicklaus to play so well, even into his old age. And when you watch him at the Masters hitting the ceremonial tee shots and in the par three competition, you can see that his body doesn't move anything like the way it did. You know, he's a fairly old guy now, um, but he's still able to play some good golf and hit it a long way. So how does he do that? Well, the key really is how well he uses his hands. When we get older, you know, the joints get a bit stiff. You know, the muscles tighten up. They get a bit weaker. We lose our range of motion. But unless you've got unless you've got some arthritis or you had an injury, maybe your hands and your wrists generally stay fairly flexible with a decent range of motion. Certainly enough of a range of motion to make a decent golf swing. So I want to talk to you a little bit today about how you can use your hands to move the golf club efficiently and keep some speed in your swing as you get older. So just to explain a little bit about what happens to the hands and the arms and the club during the swing. Uh, the hand action in the swing is basically a combination of hinging the wrists and rotating the club face. Okay, so if I stand this side, a nice exercise for you to start with is to just allow the club to waggle. You probably see some players waggling the club. It's termed as a waggle. So basically, just going from your address position, just like this, and allowing the toe of the club to point straight upwards. If I face you and do this now, same thing. You notice my hands are not going back to do this. My hands are pretty much staying in a stationary position. I'm just allowing my wrist to hinge and to rotate the club face so that the toe of the club points upwards. This is a good position to be in, to then go ahead and release that angle again. So on the way down again, the club basically returns to its starting point. You hinge the wrist there, and then you unhinge them here. And with some speed in your swing, that's going to be a little bit more dynamic. Okay. Something else that happens is that the right arm bends a little bit. Now, if I take you further, if I take my backswing, if I take it further into my backswing, you'll start to notice my rear arm bends like this, and I have this angle here. These two angles, this angle here and this angle here, are essentially stored power. So if I can bend this and then straighten it, I'm straightening both angles, I'm straightening this angle and this angle, I can generate a hell of a lot of power, a lot of speed in the club head. So that's something I want you guys to practice. I want you to practice the waggle. So you're just going to go toe up like that, back to square, toe up, back to square. I do it face on for you. Remember, you're not swinging the club back doing this. It's just a hinge of the wrists like this and a rotation of the club face very slightly like this. Okay. Once you get comfortable doing that, you can start making a bit more of a movement like this. So it is very handsy, it's very wristy, it's designed to be. It's just an exercise to get your hands moving efficiently. If you really find that you struggle to do that, you know, if your wrists are maybe they don't feel flexible enough, which can happen, assuming you haven't got an injury there or any arthritis or anything that's structurally stopping you from doing that, there's a couple of stretches or a couple of mobility exercises you can do. You've probably seen Miguel Angel Jimenez doing this one, just allowing your forearms to rotate, and on the other side as well, and a slightly more intense stretch. If you grip the club with your thumb on the top and just pull the shaft towards your body like this, you'll get a bit of a stretch in the wrist as well, and it will just encourage you to be able to hinge your wrist a little bit easier. And the same with the other hand. Thumb on the top, grab the club with the other hand and just pull it up towards you like that, and just hold that stretch for try and hold that stretch for around 45 seconds to a minute, which is going to help you increase the flexibility in the tendons and the muscles there. So a little waggle, and then try and speed that up gradually You can even hit golf balls like this. So if you want to tee a golf ball up and hit a few balls there, you see how my hands are, they're really not swinging back very much. It's just literally like this, and I'm creating all the movement in the golf club. So try that, it'll help you use your hands a bit more efficiently in your golf swing.